after scouring the annals of the Survivor history books for all of the pettiness that exists in the ancient tombs, I figure it's about time we turn a page, start another chapter in our long escapade to chronicle everything this show has to offer, by going one step beyond the petty, beyond the finger wagging and llama noises, and get explosive. I've talked a good amount now about the most petty fights in Survivor, and as I was mapping out what those lists would look like, I realized there was another version of arguments out there that went one step further, beyond the petty, where it wasn't enough to get bothered by someone for making a comment about clams. I needed more passion, more fervor, more heat. I needed cursing, I needed loud voices, I needed the potential for physical altercations. And so here we go. Let's pop a Tums and start with the ever so infamous feud between Sandra and Johnny Fairplay on Season 7, Pearl Islands, where Sandra and John never got along. John was just a snake in the grass, and Sandra couldn't trust his dumb ass from the jump. She clocked his dead grandma lie like it was just another Tuesday on Survivor, and when John snaps at her and gets loud, well, guess what, buddy? Two can play that game.
If it's physical, I'll sit out this one. If it's not, I won't. Sandra wouldn't be a bad one to do today because the immunity could have swimming.
So what makes you a better swimmer than me?
I'm not saying that you can't swim. I'm just saying we always want to have our best.
The day we jumped off the boat, where were you when I was already on shore?
Okay, like when we were swimming to shore, I had her glasses in my sock. I couldn't kick my legs. When we jumped off the boat and we went to the shore, if you beat me so bad.
You know what? I can get loud too. What the f? I can get loud too.
I don't want to argue with you. That's all.
Screw John, because he's an ass. Everything that comes out of his mouth is just ridiculous.
She's not one of the final four. So, and I got a mill that says she won't be the final one.
Let's move on to Season 11, Guatemala, the Maya Empire. While we did see some pettiness from Judd and Margaret's spat, I want to shift our focus to two beasts that were unleashed, uncaged, and absolutely unhinged. Bobby John and Jamie, like two stepbrothers fist fighting over who gets the top bunk by yelling at the top of their lungs until the parents break them up, or in this case, Jeff. We see them absolutely melt down at a challenge and crank their level of batshit insanity to 11. I've written a lot of descriptors over the years about all these things that happen on Survivor. I honestly don't know how else to describe this moment.
Go! It's a race to the ball. Both guys bang into the ball. Bobby John and Brandon pushing back now. On his feet, on his knees. Brandon down again. Yeah! The crew scored! That's not nice! Go! Jamie and Judd get some momentum going. And they have it! The Coon wins barbecue feast!
Bobby John hit a new nut level.
What happened to Bobby John, man?
Today in that reward challenge, man, Bobby John hit a flip switch, man. I thought it was about to go to blows, you know?
And there's a line you cross with me. And he crossed it today. And I just went over there and I put him in his place.
You want to buck up? That's fine. But, you know, there's another bear out in the woods, too.
Now, Season 22, Redemption Island, features one of the more unusual moments in the show's history. We see a man strap feathers to his head and get quite petty. We see an older woman hide that man's underwear for some reason, but it's really once the accusations start flying about which insults were used and what they really meant, the subtext beneath them, that everything came undone.
Look, you guys aren't being reasonable. You should think about it logically. It's not a Zapatero decision. It's our rights. Unless you walk with that can, the first opportunity I have to take that can and hide it, I will.
So in other words, you'd be threatening my tribe with physically taking something?
You're threatening the tribe right now by saying, go ahead and let that that's on the ground spoil. I'm a very reasonable person to deal with. You don't want to deal with things reasonable?
Yeah, reasonable at all, dude. You're a lunatic.
I know I am. That's the thing that you don't ever want to forget with me. Somebody of my color gets up in one of your faces, then you feel like I'm a lunatic. I make a rational argument that we want to take the dry rice.
You're bringing us to a black and white thing now?
You know what? You need to make the decisions you need to make, and I'll make the decisions I need to make.
Right on, brother.
Imano, if we have to. I remember I'm the chief of counterintelligence, Wing Chun Kung Fu expert here.
It's like watching divorce court.
You now called me crazy. You are crazy. Every time I make an argument, suddenly I'm crazy. That's got to be crazy. You don't know me. I've never been to jail. I've never been arrested. I've never been detained.
Philip somehow managed to make a war about white rice racial.
Philip is going to have to hang out in his cute little underwear from now on.
I hope my shorts come up tonight. Because if they don't come up tonight, it's going to get real interesting around here. I just go off like that. I just go off like that.
That's kind of scary.
That's right, it should be. You keep telling me I'm crazy.
But while Philip can be irksome at times, and I debated whether that fight, that one I just talked about, Redemption Island, is more so just pettiness on display. I mean, look at what the heck's going on with Julie. I decided to keep a through line by continuing to the next fight on this list, for this video at least, from season 26, Caramoan, where we saw Philip return and veer into a crash course with the one Brandon Hance. This altercation could be seen a mile away, and it is the most explosive fight in the history of the show. Brandon is on the bottom, and he's just fed up with being told how to exist. He is the author of his own fate. Meanwhile, Philip finds Brandon to be a nuisance and doesn't really care to listen to his whining about how poor his game is going. Brandon really takes it to the next level with getting the closest to fighting someone the show has ever seen. But instead, he takes his anger out on the camp furniture and the food. Brandon, please don't pee in the beans, please, for the love of God. This fight continues to the challenge, and Jeff Probst has to literally give the guy a deep tissue massage to ensure that he calms down even just a little. And then Brandon is ejected from the game like 10 minutes later.
So I don't need no old 54-year-old punk bitch telling me don't bite the hand that feeds you. He doesn't feed me. I'm a Hans. I feed me. What's your stealth on us, book? Huh? Come on, bitch.
You are one pathetic individual.
You're pathetic. You're
You are pathetic.
Hey, shut your mouth.
You
Shut
can't
your
shut
mouth.
my mouth.
I'm tired of you talking. You've been talking.
Don't walk this
Well,
way. You'll probably talk to the aunt that's taking care of your kids that you left
Bring
in
my
Dire
kids
Straits.
into this, I'll come over there and knock your head off.
Why don't we just cut to the chase? You're not going back to camp, no.
Thank you.
This is over. All right? You good with that?
I'm good with it.
On season 28, Kagiyan, we had this random pre-merge altercation occur between two Braun women in Trish and Lindsay. This one I think is a little bit less remembered in the scheme of all of these moments, if only because Trish just completely gets the better of Lindsay, and then right after the fight, Lindsay quits the game. She says that she just doesn't want to get physical on the show, and she knows that she's probably going to. She knows herself well enough to know that she's gonna do something stupid that won't look good for her in the future. She's gonna make some regrets. And I gotta say that a part of me actually commends her for this, but then another part of me just wonders if she ever should have been on the show in the first place. And I get it. People have limits. People have lines that you don't know who you're going to get stuck with when you go on the show. Maybe you find your worst enemy, the one person you couldn't ever cross on this entire planet. And hey, Trish does have a wild laugh. Lindsay isn't wrong. Regardless, this was a short-lived fight that escalated faster than a Bugatti on a tear, and it is a perfect fit for this video topic.
I just want to make a few things on my end clear, just because I just think it's really important. I mean, Lindsay, I'm talking. Moving forward, I will respect you because this is a team moving forward, but I don't like you.
You know what? You disgust me. Everything about you is annoying. Your laugh, your teeth, your face. I think that you're annoying. I think you're terrible. I think you might be the most horrific
I have a
person
question
I've
for you.
ever
Do
met
you
in my
think I'm
life.
annoying?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. You know what? Now ask me if I care.
I'm going to take whatever sanity I have left, and I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the time, because I'm not gonna do this.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hi.
I got a call. You wanted to talk. What's going on?
I can't have someone antagonizing me right now.
What are you concerned that's gonna happen?
I'm gonna flip out on her, and I know I'm gonna regret it. I need $1 million more than anybody here. And I can honestly say I can't take it anymore. This has been a big struggle for me.
What was the lowest point?
I think when I walk away from this beach is gonna be my lowest point.
I do feel bad because I kind of came down on her, but she got nasty. She was mean. And then she just walked away, and I'm not the least bit surprised that she quit because she can't live without Cliff.
And believe it or not, with the next fight in this video, we are actually getting to the end of the list for explosive fights on Survivor. By my estimation, this is the end of the line, which I think serves as a major testament to the direction the show has gone in its casting over the past decade. There was a time in its history where it felt like it wanted to amp up the rage and veer heavily into the almost trashy kind of personal conflict that you often find on reality TV, where it cast some players specifically to set them off. And while I think they do somewhat still do that today, it has a different tone to it than where it used to be. But enough of the preamble, the final explosive fight is from season 30, Worlds Apart. And like, of course, it's from season 30, Worlds Apart. It's around the early merge when Rodney, Will, and Shireen get into a fight about Shireen's accusations of whether Will is lying about the food that he had. Will wasn't actually lying, and he took this doubt really personally, and then he got really personal towards Shireen. Because, you know, Will, heaven forbid someone doubt your honesty in a game like Survivor. Rodney jumps in and acts like a total fool, which, you know, isn't too surprising. And then the whole fight just escalates to a degree that's pretty uncomfortable. I mean, par for the course in this video, but like, thank God Mike was there. Thank God Shireen wasn't all by herself. And thank God none of these people won this season.
I just heard that those three are saying that I'm lying about that there was more food and that I'm hiding it, which is a crop. When I do a generous act and you question that and you question my integrity, what else could fit in there, Miss Greedy Ass? All you've been doing is running your damn mouth. So what else could fit in there, Shireen? Huh? I know you hungry as hell. All you do is eat and talk. What else can fit in there?
Keep your mouth shut, ride with us, and you'll stay here longer.
Come on. That's crazy. Get out of here. You're not going to sit here and get inside. Nobody even likes you. I guarantee you there's nobody home at the United States right now that is missing you. We all have loved ones that love and care for us. You have nothing. They do personal attacks. Dude, I do what I want. Ain't nobody even talking to you.
He's a man of God.
Ain't nobody even talking to you.
He prays before every
I
meal. Everyone's just sitting there like smiling and being like, this is fun, isn't it? And to allow that to happen.
So have you apologized to her? I apologized to her at Ponderosa, and then when the episode aired, I sent a text to her, and I'm sorry for what my words did to you, and I hope you can truly accept my apology. Because you have to get to a point where you have to forgive, whether it's me or whether it's the people in your past, to be the person that God wants you to be.
And that's it. Those are the most explosive fights in Survivor history. There were definitely some characters that I considered including in the video, such as Ben from Samoa or Shamar from Karamoan, but those were just more like one-sided things, and I really feel like we've already covered all the best and worst hits by this point. Either way, let me know what you think about these fights and these moments and any others that you think deserve a mention that could fit the bill for the video topic. A big thanks to my patrons for not yelling at me pretty much ever. Thank you all for watching. For what it's worth, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to protect your peace on your way out, and I will see you in the next one. Once I go back to chuckling at people being petty over insignificant things. I think that's the level I want to exist at.
I want Learsa's jacket. I'm not sorry. I'm
That's
cold.
funny. So you really want me to get that though, right?
I do.
How you feel about giving up your jacket?
My jacket?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm taking my jacket with me.
Okay. So the jacket is worth $1 million?
Are you trying to like bully me or something?
No, I just asked the question.
Learsa thinks that I'm voting for Natalie, and Natalie thinks that I'm voting for Learsa.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Can I get this jacket?
I'm the only member that's gonna use this jacket.
Tonight's vote is so critical.
I talked to Natalie. She don't care what I have to say. All she's worried about is jackets.
I'm in sales, and I saw it as a negotiation and not a bullying.
This is unbelievable.
So, Nick. No, I told her it should be believable. I'm in sales.
Here, man.
We're not talking about a person. We're talking about a person wearing a jacket that I needed.
I do think that Natalie was doing that out of love for me. She knows that I've been freezing at night, and so I do think it came from a really bright place.
It is about people that you vibe with, people that you think you could work with. It's part of the factors that you're weighing as you make decisions moving forward.
And you should see the jackets.
Take your lime green, members-only jacket back to Boston. I like your purple hair. You can make a Ranger Gus.
Sixth person voted out of Survivor, David versus Goliath. Natalie.
Natalie, is there any way I could have your jacket? Natalie? Natalie? Nothing.
It's worth $1 million.
I didn't give Angelina my jacket because I didn't know if she was a part of the reason why I'm out. So why should I? I don't have to. And I chose not to. So I'm wearing it.